Hi, friends. We are reading the book Unified, a course on truth and practical guidance from Babaji by Roger G. Lamphere. Today, we are into the 22nd week, opening channels for truth. Sometimes it might appear to you that your mind still resists this knowledge. Of course, that isn't accurate, but it is as if there were two or more parts of each. Oh my goodness, मैं फिर से स्टार्ट करती रहे कट कर दे उसको. Okay, we are into 22nd week opening channels for truth. Sometimes it might appear to you that your mind still resists this knowledge. Of course, that isn't accurate, but it is as if there were two or more parts of you, each with independent ideas and drives. Your head is one such part. For ages, your head has been in charge. You have been educated to use your head, learning its logic and training its neurons. He is given top billing in this world. The head is king. Jobs that require head trained skills pay more. The intelligentsia are an elite. They even live in their own ghettos. Suddenly, your head is told to take a backseat as if that weren't bad enough. You then give power to your heart. To your head, the heart is merely an emotional marshmallow. It doesn't have any logic, any systematic way to memorize, any habits, and any conditioning. Yet you want to put that underlining in charge. An internal struggle appears to ensure for a while just do just fine, following these lessons exactly. You let your heart guide from its connection to cosmic intelligence. Then suddenly your head, with its training, logic, and conditioning, struggles for its life. That are its main weapons. Doubts. You go through a period of doubting. You doubt your signals. You doubt the communication in your quiet periods. You doubt the wisdom even of this course. You doubt your manifesting nature. This is the only way the head thinks it can regain supremacy. It actively argues. It interjects into own thoughts loudly and clearly. You can't help but hear. These are the thoughts you are used to. They have yelled at you for ages. They are precisely the reason you aren't experiencing God's qualities all the time. It is not the heart's nature to argue back. It doesn't need to. It knows that the little head can never win in the long run. The heart knows its divine nature, its immortality, and its connection to the cosmos. Nothing, the head yells, can begin to penetrate its hard shell. Nothing. So the heart just remains peaceful, gentle, and all knowing. Does this sound familiar? It probably does. If the head has had its way, you no doubt have started and stopped this course several times before getting to this point. You have had to take 2 weeks to get through some of the lessons. Or maybe you are one of the lucky ones and just ignored that babbling child screaming for attention. This week, witness that head yelling for attention and know it for what it is. Witness, but don't buy into it. Eventually, the heart will discover its own true blessing. It is neither being abandoned to oblivion nor being relegated to a second class position. Instead, you are buying it new computer hardware with an open account on software. With that, anything the head wants to know. It can have. It won't be restricted to what it could cram into its education or remember from your few experiences. Then, whenever you ask for your head's help, it gives with total accuracy. Its success is guaranteed. The heart becomes its best friend, nay, its inseparable spouse. Actually, it is a royal internal wedding. Like the helium atom H, it can't really exist alone. The helium atom is unstable by itself. So, two atoms combine. It is found in nature as H2, head H and heart H, equal H2 as well. So far, this course has emphasized your quiet period with your higher self signal as the form of communication with your higher self. You tune in on the thoughts you know are coming from yourself. These quiet periods, however, are not the only way your self can be in touch with you. They may not even be the best way for you. They are, however, the foundation and the backbone. If ever you feel that there may be another way, good way to communicate with your higher self, don't be afraid of it. Just be sure to use the same safeguard. Always get your higher self signal. It is always there when you are really communicating with your higher self. Always close your aura to all but your higher self and clear your aura of uninvited influences whenever needed. Before you try another form of communication, ask your higher self in the conventional way if it is in your highest and the wisest interest to communicate in that other way. Use your yes and no signals and don't ignore a no answer. There are many ways to so communicate. The Ouija board is popular, as are the tarot cards. Even a standard deck of playing cards can be used to communicate if the meaning of the card is clearly predetermined. A newly revived method uses runs. The pendulum is also very popular. A table light can be used. Two people put their hands lightly on the table facing each other. They close their aura to any uninvited influences, state their high spiritual purpose, and unify with God. Then they ask that the higher self for one of them communicate by raising the table. Two of the four legs will rise towards one of them when both are perfectly unified with God and each other. It may take a few minutes to quiet submission. From then on, the procedure is same as with your quiet times. Three taps of the table means yes. It also means that what you say aloud is correct communication from the higher self. One tap is no. Both of you communicate with the same higher self since you are after all one. When the table first arises, ask, is the table clear of any uninvited influences? Heal any influence until you get a yes answer to that question. Then ask the higher self to identify itself by tapping the letters of its name one at a time. Throughout the communication, be on guard for any uninvited influences and heal them as needed. If you have a loved one who has taken this course diligently at this point, the two of you can participate your communication using a light table. You must believe, indeed know, that the table will rise or this form of communication will not work. If your head throws in doubts, you may have to wait until your head and heart are integrated. The main exercise for this week is yet another form of communication. Writing every day this week. Enter the quiet period as usual. Then, instead of speaking out the communication, write it down. This isn't flashy, it isn't automatic in the sense that you lose control of what the pen does. You are simply writing out the communication you have with speaking out or thinking. Notice how smooth and effortless it is. Don't judge what you are writing, just write. Read it later for meaning. This is the way many get manuscripts have been born. It is the way many get great scientific breakthroughs have come. Use this method often now. It gives you a record for posterity. How many times have you been surprisingly impressed with that what you have said during your communication, only to forget it? Using this writing method, you have a record. Thank you.